Okay, so today we're doing a deep dive into something, well, pretty fascinating, actually, a real shift.
What have we got?
It's about how this company, one known for really shaking up creative fields, like filmmaking.
Ah, you mean Runway.
Exactly, Runway.
Mm,
How they're now sort of poised to transform, well, robotics and autonomous vehicles.
right. It's quite a turn, isn't it? From visual effects to self-driving cars.
Totally. I mean, Runway, for the last, 7 years, they've been right at the forefront of AI for creativity.
Absolutely. Powering tools for filmmakers, designers, people telling stories visually.
And they've given us some genuinely groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah.
You think about Gen 4, that video model back in March.
Oh, yeah, that made waves. The realism was incredible.
And then Runway LF in July for editing,
Yeah.
just pushing the boundaries for synthetic media, making
Yeah.
it really hard to tell what's real anymore.
It really did set new benchmarks. But what's super interesting now, and this is what we're digging into, is that while they were perfecting all that for, Hollywood and designers,
Yeah.
their core tech, these world models they built,
Right, the world models.
they're finding this completely new arena. It wasn't the initial plan, it seems.
So the mission today is to unpack that. How this ability to simulate environments, which they got really good at for creative work.
Exactly. How that's now becoming like a critical tool for training actual machines. Robots, cars, things operating in the physical world.
That's a wild connection.
It really is. Shows how fundamental AI progress can just ripple out in ways you don't expect.
Okay, so let's get into that unexpected turn, the aha moment, maybe.
Right.
Because, like we said, Runway's deep in creative industries.
Yeah.
Film, design, that's their world.
You'd think so, but then robotics companies, self-driving outfits, they started calling.
Really? They reached out to Runway.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
According to Anastasis Shermanitis, he's the co-founder and CTO.
Okay.
He said this shift, it wasn't some big strategic pivot they planned in a boardroom. It was completely organic. Just happened.
So wait, these hardware companies saw something in Runways, like video generation tech.
Essentially, yes. They saw the potential in the underlying simulation capability. Germanitis mentioned the sheer volume of interest from robotics developers just kind of opened their eyes. He had this great quote basically saying, "This ability to simulate the world has value well beyond entertainment."
Wow, so the tech they built to make, I don't know, a dragonfly
Mm.
realistically on screen.
Or just simulate complex lighting or how objects interact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that same underlying ability to model reality or a plausible reality.
Turns out it's super useful for teaching a robot how to navigate a warehouse or a car how to drive.
Exactly. It's the same core principle. I'm building accurate representations of the world. It's just the application is different, much more physical.
That's fascinating. It wasn't a pivot then, just
Yeah.
a realization. The core tech was broader than they maybe first thought.
That seems to be the story, an expansion driven by the technology itself.
And it makes you think, doesn't it? A tool honed for visual storytelling, for artistry, having these incredibly practical uses, training autonomous systems. It's quite the leap.
It really underscores how deep tech innovations can cross boundaries.
Okay, so let's dig into that a bit more, these world models. What are they exactly, and how do they actually help a robot learn?
Right, let's unpack that. So fundamentally, world models are these very sophisticated AI systems. Their job is to simulate environments.
Like a super advanced video game engine.
Kind of, but maybe more focused on accurately modeling the physics and interactions of the real world. Think of them as digital training grounds, sandboxes.
Okay, and why is that so valuable for robotics and, say, self-driving cars?
Well, think about how you'd normally train a robot or test a self-driving car policy. You have to do it in the real world,
They
right?
have it on the road or in the factory?
Which is expensive. It's slow. And importantly, it can be risky, especially with early prototypes or complex scenarios.
Makes sense. You don't want your prototype self-driving car learning by crashing into things.
Precisely. So these world models offer a way around that. They allow for training and testing that's scalable. You can run millions of simulations. It's cost-effective, relatively speaking.
And safe, because it's all virtual.
Exactly. Safe, repeatable, controlled testing. Germanides gave a really good concrete example.
Oh, yeah.
He said, imagine you have a simulated intersection, maybe at dusk, rain, a tricky setup.
Okay.
With the world model, you can run that exact scenario and then ask, okay, what happens if the car turns left instead of right? What if it brakes half a second later? What if a pedestrian appears from behind that parked van?
So you can test all the what-ifs.
All the what ifs without changing anything else. You keep the lighting, the other traffic, everything else constant. And you just tweak that one variable.
Which you could never do in the real world.
It's almost impossible, right? You can't just replay reality with tiny changes.
Oh,
But in the simulation, it's easy. You can run thousands, millions of variations.
I see. So the robot or the AI driving policy learns from all these simulated experiences.
It learns faster, it learns more comprehensively, and it learns without danger.
That really drives home the benefit. It's not just efficiency. It's about building more reliable, more robust systems because they've encountered so many more situations.
Fundamentally, yes.
Yeah.
Faster development, safer testing, and hopefully much more dependable autonomous machines in the end.
Okay, this is starting to paint a really interesting picture. But it makes me wonder, is Runway forging this path alone? Or is this idea of using simulation for robotics, is it becoming like a bigger thing?
That's a great question. And no, they're definitely not alone. It seems to be part of a much broader industry trend, actually.
Really? Who else is doing this?
Well, a big one is NVIDIA. They just, I think this month actually, released the latest version of their own world models. They call it Cosmos.
NVIDIA. Wow, okay. So the chip giant is also building these simulation tools.
Exactly. And they're also providing the supporting robotics infrastructure. It's a clear signal that this simulation-first approach to training AI for the physical world, it's gaining serious momentum.
So it's not just Runway seeing this opportunity, the whole industry is kind of moving this way.
It looks like it. When major players like NVIDIA are investing heavily, it really validates the approach. It suggests this is becoming a standard way to develop these systems.
And what about investors? Are they buying into Runway's, well, expansion into this new area,
Yeah.
especially since it wasn't the original idea?
Oh, absolutely. The investor confidence seems incredibly strong, which is telling, right? Because, as you said, this wasn't in their 2018 pitch deck.
Right.
But look at the numbers. Runway's raised over $500 million.
Wow.
And they have a valuation around $3 billion now?
That's serious backing.
It is. And look who's backing them.
No.
NVIDIA is actually an investor. Google, General Atlantic, these are major influential names in tech and finance.
So the people with the money believe this connection between creative simulation and real-world robotics training is real.
It certainly seems that way. They're putting significant capital behind Runway's ability to apply their core tech to this adjacent but potentially huge market.
And Runway's strategy here, they're not building like a whole separate Runway for Robots product line, are they?
No, the sources say that's not the plan. They're not trying to create a totally distinct thing.
So what are they doing?
It sounds like they plan to fine-tune their existing models, adapt what they already have, which is clearly very powerful, for these robotics applications.
Makes sense. Leverage the core strength.
Exactly. They are apparently forming a dedicated robotics team, though, which seems logical to provide that specialized expertise and support for these new kinds of customers.
So adapt the tech, build a specialized team. It's an expansion, not a split.
Precisely. It shows this isn't some niche experiment. It's a credible industry-wide shift towards simulation. And Runway, with its deep expertise in building these world models, is right at the heart of it.
It's clear the industry sees the value. So does this change Runway's fundamental mission, though? Going from enabling artists to, well, training robots?
It's a fair question. Does it change who they are? Germanitis, the CTO, addressed this. He basically said no. Their core principle hasn't changed one bit.
How so?
He emphasized that Runway, at its heart, is about building increasingly accurate representations of reality. That's the goal.
Whether it's for a movie or a machine.
Exactly. Whether that reality is needed to create a believable visual effect or to train a self-driving car how to handle a specific road condition, the underlying challenge is the same. Build powerful, accurate simulations.
Okay, I see the thread now.
He had another quote, something like, "Once you have powerful simulation models, you can apply them across a variety of industries." And then he added, "Entertainment is just the beginning."
Entertainment is just the beginning. Wow, that really reframes it.
Doesn't it? It suggests their core competency is so fundamental as applications are naturally going to spread outwards.
So it's not a change in identity, it's more like
Yeah.
discovering the true breadth of their own foundational technology.
I think that captures it well. The same algorithms, the same principles that make video generation so realistic can be repurposed for these very different, very physical tasks.
That's the real aha moment, perhaps. The fundamental science is transferable. The applications just keep multiplying.
exponentially, potentially.
All right, let's quickly recap what we've covered in this deep dive. We looked at Runway, this leader in generative video for creative industries,
Known for tools like Gen 4, really pushing AI creativity.
and how they've sort of stumbled into, or perhaps organically discovered, this huge new application for their core tech, these world models.
Right, these incredibly detailed AI simulations of environments.
And the application is robotics and autonomous systems, using simulation as a scalable, cost-effective, and crucially safe way to train AI for the physical world.
Moving way beyond just entertainment, applying that same simulation power to train cars, robots, you name it.
It's a fantastic example of how a technology developed for one purpose can just bloom in unexpected directions.
Absolutely. The ability to accurately model reality is proving to be this incredibly versatile, powerful tool across domains. What started for filmmakers is now crucial for engineers.
So it leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? For you, the listener, to consider.
hmm
How many other AI innovations are out there right now? Things maybe developed for something that seems niche or purely creative, like gaming or art generation, maybe even social media filters.
Things we might dismiss as just entertainment tech.
Exactly. Could they be quietly laying the groundwork for the next big revelation? Maybe in industries we wouldn't even connect them with right now, like manufacturing or medicine or logistics.
What other entertainment-first tech might be about to fundamentally reshape our physical world?
It's definitely something to think about. The next major breakthrough might be hiding in plain sight in the tools we think are just for fun. Keep an eye out.